Hello everybody, my name is Goosebumps for Dummies, and today I am going to be talking about unserious Goosebumps stories. What do I mean? Well, kids' horror as a genre is notably unserious, alright? It's not scary for a lot of people above the age of maybe 12, unless you read some very big exceptions. But when I talk about unserious Goosebumps stories, I mean the absolute sore thumbs that either when you read them or look at them, you'll be like, oh, it's not a very serious idea or plot or whatever. And when I come to factoring these, just so you guys get a sense of what I'm factoring to unseriousness today, it's everything. Literally everything about a book. Besides promotion. Just anything that comes with the book. Whether it be the title, the cover, the tagline of two, potentially, the blurb, the actual contents, the tone of the story, the ending, the everything. Anything can affect how serious a Goosebumps book is. And that's what we're talking about today. What are the least serious Goosebumps books of all time? With the obvious example being Chicken, like I showed. You know it. You might despise it, you might like it. I think it's mid as hell. It's like 5 out of 10 for me. Never reading it again. So, yeah, Chicken. It exists. And that's easily the most popular unserious Goosebumps story, and it's a meme because of that. Because it's silly and stupid. But let's get to less obvious ones now. Diving straight in with Attack the Jack. And might I say, right now, spoilers ahead. So I will be spoiling all these books so you can skim through and see what I'm going to be talking about. So, yeah. Alright, Attack the Jack. Celeste. The first thing of many that makes this book unserious is Celeste. A talking cat. It sounds like what you kind of expect in real life if a cat were somehow able to talk, but it's still like, what the fuck? Why? And then, not even just that, you get into the back half of the book where all stuff is going down with Captain Jack, I think? I can't remember. Yeah, Captain Jack. And all the captains, or pirates, are released. And then we start going towards our goal of finding this parrot, I believe, and we end up at the banana plantation. The characters completely make the story tonally unserious. Past page whatever it starts at. And it's so, what? It adds so many questions of why we got this route. It could be a darker, more serious pirate story about these evil pirates, which we did get, Creep from the Deep. Funny enough, the second book of its own series, Horrorland. This is not a great second book to Slappy Roll. In fact, it's one of my least favorites of all time in Goosebumps. And you're going to notice a trend here. A lot of these books vary drastically from absolute favorites to absolute bottom of the barrel dog shit. And that might be because of its tone, might not. I'm not quite sure. Just a lot of these are really, different in score. It's so unserious, and it doesn't work in its favor, because it should have been something way different. This next one is probably the only other one that's going to be kind of like in the middle, because all of these are like straight up near 10 out of 10s or near 1 out of 10s. This one, You Can't Scare Me TV book, which is just the episode, so I'm talking about one particular scene. Obviously, the mud monster encounter. We've all seen the episode, but in the book, it's pretty much the same. I actually really enjoy it. It's a good scene, but it's still very unserious, and it was worth bringing up here. Yeah, Courtney's entire interaction with the mud monster is taken so unseriously, it's hard not to chuckle. So dumb, but I kind of like that. Next up, Earth Geeks Must Go. This is one of those where it's like, you don't really understand until you read it. It's like, from a glance, it's like, oh, we got some aliens, and might be invading Earth, maybe not, maybe it's something reverse. When you read the story, even then, it's like, whoa, this is kind of serious. With some funny lines and some weird ideas like eating from the armpits. It's like, okay, but where am I getting to? The back, maybe 30 pages. Our characters defeat the villains in the final bit of the book, and then everybody starts liking them, all of these aliens, and then it's just so wonky, dance party ending-esque, and then they have to find a way to get them home, and then we have a very stupid ending. And that's not bad at all. I love this book. This book rocks, and this was straight up my alley. Because it knew what it was doing. It didn't have this entire tone throughout the entire story, this unseriousness in the, later part. But it was still relatively, goofy, even if it had some darker undertones of, like, obviously, identity issues. Yeah, Earth Geeks Must Go, very unserious in the later part, but overall it's decently serious. Just that one scene kind of makes it feel unserious in a way. And let alone the plot. Come on. That's a huge thing. The plot of this book, just reading it or hearing it, is just like, what the hell? That is super dumb in a good way, obviously. That book rocks, but it is controversial. Now, I thought it'd be only fitting to put this book right here, since I was going to bring it up either way. Haunting of the Stars. This is literally reverse Earth Geeks. In quality, I mean. It's fucking horrible. This book is absolute garbage, and is my third least favorite Goosebumps book. Next to, actually, the next book after Lawn Gnomes, or before, I guess, if we were to rank these all. Which is not happening until Stine perishes, so hopefully never. Sadly, no. But anyways, Haunting of the Stars. What the fuck? This book is basically Earth Geeks, but the entire story is unserious and plotless garbage. And it's complete kiddish in its own right. It completely ruins what Earth Geeks was trying to do. Yeah, the aliens are tap-dancing, pajama-wearing, two-headed blue freaks. I'm not even kidding. They drive pillmobiles that look like pills, you know? They have this weird leader. It's so hard to describe, but they have the stupidest freaking society I have ever seen. And it's not even in a good way. Because obviously everybody's like, whoa, this is weird. This is stupid. This isn't fun. This is really mind-numbing in a way. This is definitely not for 7 to 12-year-olds, maybe 7-year-olds, but this feels like something you'd read at kindergarten. Spoiler alert, since it's for like 3rd graders and up, so it feels really kiddish. I know it's kids horror, but it's like, this is toddler horror. Yeah, probably the least serious alien book on this list of the lack of competition. Next one, here's a very serious Goosebumps book with, it's probably the least serious cover and title ever. There's no blurb. Just a little hint there. This book is known for some darker things like kidnapping or slavery even. It's got some dark themes and a very dark ending. And I really like this book, by the way. It's awesome. And that is Werewolf in the Living Room. The title does not say anything about how dark this book could be. In fact, it's a joke about how dark a particular scene is, with a suspected werewolf being trapped in their living room in a giant cage. And it's not like, oh, I'm a werewolf, oh. No, it's like, help me. I don't know what's going on. I'm not a werewolf. And it's really dark, obviously, but it just, no. The title and cover, it's just like, what? I don't even hate it. I think it's catchy. It's fun. Werewolf in the Living Room. Cool. But it's so unserious. It just doesn't make you anticipate a darker, more serious tale. At all. Clearly. Moving on. We have our short story. And then after that, we have our final one, which is a Slappy Rule. But our short story here is from book 5. More and more Tales to Give You Goosebumps. And this is, again, one of the worst Goosebumps stories ever. Something changed about Marcy. If you know, you know. Alright? The ending is about frickin' recontextualizing everything to be perspective of actually we're orangutans in a zoo. And that completely changes everything. This is the twist that I wanted to bring up. Like, this is the absolute most unserious, stupid, fucking ludicrous twist. Because it could have been a lot of things. It could have been so many things. And it was definitely shocking. There was like no hints. I wouldn't know because I haven't reread it since because it was traumatizingly bad. Horrible twist. This completely, tonally, just made the story way more unserious than it already was. Because it wasn't like the most serious thing ever. It's just like, hey, there's this weird girl following us around. It's not like she's trying to kill y'all or, you know, rob y'all or rape y'all or anything. No, she's just following y'all. It's not very serious. Until the ending where it gets extremely unserious, where it's like, oh, we're orangutans. I guess she was trying to feed us. That was for you, ghostwriter. Possibly. Like, strong possibly if Stine wrote this somehow. I know you didn't write one of the stories in here, fun of spelling. But either way, final book. Fright Night. Not being confused with the vampire movie, that is very awesome. This book is also very awesome, but not in the same quality. Fright Night. It is a drastic scenario, but the characters do not take it much seriously besides the main, I believe, his best friend. Yeah, this is a very unserious story about a kid who's going to be killed by a giant freaking monster named Squirm who lives in the basement. And everyone knows. It's no fucking secret. This kid's dying. Besides his parents, which even them are like... it's super unserious, and I think it really works in its favor because it's super fun. This is one of the most fun modern Goosebumps books I've ever read. There's a lot of great moments here involving Squirm and the main character trying to squirm his way out of the situation. Maybe that's a metaphor. I don't know. And as well as characters not taking this entire thing seriously, even though it's got the undertones there. I'll admit it. It's very, I like The Creature Teacher. So, it's got that, which is a pretty serious book for a goofy cover art, might I say. And there's nothing they can really do besides hope and pray that Squirm isn't hungry for him, or maybe, just maybe, squirms his way over the situation, which he may or may not do. Yeah, pretty awesome book too. Highly recommend it. So yeah, those were the most unserious Goosebumps books of all time. If you have any more, comment them down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.